Imagine that, one morning, the sky had strange-looking clouds that were so thick they blocked the sunlight. People thought it would rain heavily, but they didn't realize these clouds were about to do something for which they would be remembered forever. Similar to Iceland, millions of people currently reside in the vicinity of active volcanoes. Science cannot accurately predict when these volcanoes might erupt. What we do know for sure is that even volcanoes located thousands of kilometers away from us can pose a threat. It was the year 541 AD, that is, 1500 years ago, in the European region. In the sky, an enigmatic display unfolds. The sky became filled with the darkest clouds, so dense that they effectively blocked out the sunlight. Initially, observers thought these clouds might bring heavy rain, but little did they anticipate the enduring impact these clouds would have. This entire area belonged to the Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantine Empire, with its capital city known as Constantinople, now called Istanbul. This peculiar occurrence unfolded in the skies over Constantinople or Istanbul. As hours turned into days and days into weeks, the thick clouds persisted without raining or dissipating. The issue grew increasingly serious, and for several weeks, Constantinople remained devoid of sunlight. Unknown to the people, this was only the beginning, as events beyond anyone's imagination were about to unfold in the year 541 AD. Constantinople found itself in a dire situation during that time, with a population of 1 million people distressed by the persistent dark clouds. The gravity of the situation escalated when individuals began succumbing one by one. Otherwise, healthy and active people would suddenly collapse and soon after meet their demise, inducing anxiety and fear among the population. The dark, thick clouds, accompanied by a strange fog and a rising death toll, showed no signs of relenting. Even during summer, heavy snowfall occurred, devastating crops, animals, and birds. In an attempt to reassure the populace, Byzantine Emperor Justinian advised calmness and proclaimed that good and honest individuals would be spared. However, this declaration only heightened distress, as the plague showed no discrimination between the virtuous and others. Thousands of people were dying daily, leading to mass burials and exacerbating food shortages. Despite the strength of the Byzantine royal army, the mysterious and invisible nature of the enemy left them helpless. The plague spread throughout the region, affecting distant areas such as Spain, France, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Morocco, Syria, and Iran. The true cause of this sky-related disease remained unknown, leading people to believe that the end of the world was imminent. This belief intensified when the Byzantine emperor himself fell victim to the disease. This plague, now known as the Plague of Justinian, marked the first recorded pandemic in history. Lasting for 2 years, it threw the entire continent into disarray, with some regions not seeing sunlight for an extended period. Despite the passage of 1,500 years, it was only in 2013 that experts uncovered the reason for this deadly sky plague, locating it 5,000 kilometers away from Istanbul. In Greenland, a team of experts ventured into eastern Greenland with the primary goal of studying past climates. The region's extreme weather conditions make it inhospitable without specialized equipment. While many countries experience temperatures exceeding 50 degrees Celsius in June and July, Greenland maintains a frigid -18 degrees Celsius during the same period, devoid of a traditional summer. This lack of warmth prevents the ice from melting. As snowflakes fall, they capture atmospheric particles, effectively preserving climate data beneath the snow for the past 100,000 years. Each year, the snowfall in Greenland forms layers that remain preserved, with each layer being approximately 5 centimeters thick. To analyze climate data from 1,500 years ago, experts needed to examine snow samples from a depth of 75 meters. Through drilling, they extracted 2,000 years worth of snow samples, forming an ice core over 100 meters in length. This core contained samples from the time of the Plague of Justinian. Conducting an electrical conductivity test on the ice core revealed an abnormal spike in sulfur in the snowfall between 500 AD and 600 AD. This anomaly suggested that during the period when ominous black clouds hung over Constantinople's sky, something peculiar was occurring in the atmosphere. Sulfur dioxide, a hazardous gas detrimental to humans, birds, animals, and plants, was likely the cause. The next step was determining the source of the excess sulfur in the 6th century's atmosphere. Experts theorized that a volcano was the only plausible explanation. Molten rocks beneath the Earth's surface, under immense pressure from the outer layer, seek outlets for crevices and fractures. This pressure continues until seawater reaches the magma, turning into gas due to extreme heat. The resulting gas, along with magma, exerts increased pressure and erupts as lava from weak points. Volcanic gases released during powerful eruptions can travel thousands of miles. Sulfur in the atmosphere, combined with water droplets, forms sulfuric acid, which can be deadly. The thick clouds of sulfuric acid block sunlight, a scenario reminiscent of the plague of Justinian 1500 years ago. It is now confirmed that a volcano was responsible for the significant loss of lives in Europe during that time. The clouds, laden with deadly sulfuric gas and sulfuric acid, posed a dual threat: potential acid rain or a prolonged absence of sunlight. The destructive impact on human life was unavoidable. After extensive research, experts identified Lake Ilopango in El Salvador, 7,674 kilometers away from Iceland, as the source of a volcanic eruption that coincided with the plague of Justinian in Constantinople. The mountain formed by the eruption, though seemingly ordinary, is composed of volcanic ash, serving as evidence of the catastrophic event that occurred beneath the lake 1,500 years ago. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of Greenland's frozen history and the volcanic echoes from a distant lake. Stay curious, stay connected, and let the stories of our planet continue to unfold.